Hi guys, today we're going to do a cleaning routine. I have to warn you, mine is just like everybody else's. I will add a disinfectant type routine at the end. So what I do is I sit on the toilet, which is on the other side of the counter, and when I take my pad off, I put it in the sink. I then rinse the pad. I rinse the pad under cold water and just squeeze it to get all the water out. I do this until it runs clear, and then I put it in my wet bag. When I'm ready to wash, I get my OxiClean. It can be any oxygen cleaner, or really anything you want. It doesn't even, oxygen I find helps, but it could be anything you want, really. And I grab my OxiCleaner, come over here to my bucket. I put a little bit, like an inch maybe, of hot water into the bucket. I add not even a half a scoop, about this much, give-ish, take-ish, into the hot water. I mix it around until it's dissolved, and then I put cold water till, I don't know, halfway, 3/4 of the way full. Then I take my pads, I put them in face down, all my pads, face down. And then I push them down into the water. If they are not totally covered, I add a little bit more cold water until they are. Then they just chill out on the floor until the next morning. I always do this at night, until the next morning when I'm ready to throw them in the wash. When it's that time, I come back over here, I dump all the water out. Again, I squeeze, not twist. Squeeze like you're milking a cow, not unscrewing a light bulb. I don't know where that came from. I'm from Iowa. Farms everywhere. That's the only thing I can think of. You're milking a cow. You don't want to twist that udder. You want to squeeze the udder. Okay? So then you squeeze it all out. I put it in a wet bag and wash it. After you squeeze it out, though, you want to check and see if there's any more stains. If there are, treat them again. Do another soak or scrub it out. Whatever you feel you need to do. Just make sure before you dry them that your stains are gone. Personally, I do not care about stains, but because I do videos and I show people my pads, I try not to have them. I really don't care. You're watching a pad video, you might see stains. That's, can't help it. I don't care, personally. But I try to keep them nice for y'all. Anyway, so then mesh bag, check again before you put them in the dryer. Because once you dry it, it's pretty much there forever. And then, or you can hang them out on the line to dry, sun them. That helps with stains if you're totally worried about it. Now, the part that I really want to talk about is disinfecting your pads. Get yourself some tea tree oil. This is good for so many things, not just disinfecting your pads, okay? I've used it for cleaning a solution for my house. I've used it as an aromatherapy type thing. I've used it for my son's diaper rash. Oh my gosh, I've used it for so much stuff. I've been using it since probably about 2000. The year 2000. So what I do is everything the same as normal, except when I'm soaking them after I've had like a yeast infection or any other infection that I'm worried about, that bacteria or whatever is still stuck in my pads, even after a normal washing, I will use tea tree oil. Now, keep in mind also, when I am disinfecting my pads, I wash on hot. I know you're not supposed to. I know that. I'm a maker. I know. But because I'm a maker, I can just make more pads. I'm not too worried about it. But I also want to hit that with hot, hot, hot water. So, how to use tea tree oil. Oh gosh, I don't know the exact amount to use. I would guess Like for this bucket, this is a 12-quart bucket. I use about probably 2.5 to 3 tablespoons. That seems like an awful lot though. I just dump, so I don't know exactly how much I use. But I dump, glub glub. So maybe that's, I would use about 2 tablespoons. Not teaspoons, tablespoons in a bucket. I don't know, that's what I would use. But it will disinfect. It will work like bleach for disinfecting, but it won't bleach your pads and it won't hurt the Zorb or anything like that because it's a natural oil, not a chemical. Ooh, sorry about that. I can't get my hand in the right place. So that's my cleaning and disinfecting routine. Oh, and that's the only thing I do different for disinfecting is I add tea tree oil to the water when I'm soaking. Otherwise, everything else is the same. So, oh, and instead of waiting a couple days to wash my pads when I have an infection, the whole time I've been using pads, I've only had one infection, and I know where it came from, so. Oh, that sounded like I had a disease or something. No, I had a yeast infection, but that was because I was on medication for something else. So, oh my gosh. So, yeah, I mean, it works. I didn't get another yeast infection. But, yeah, if you have any questions, I realize I'm just babbling. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning now, so. I don't know why I'm not in bed. I'm waiting for my husband to get home. He worked some overtime tonight, so I'm a little worried about him. Did I talk about peroxide? I squirt peroxide on my pads when I'm out and about, and then I come home and I rinse them and put them in my wet bag and do everything as normal. I don't know if I talked about that. So, if there are any other videos you guys want to see, just let me know. And I will get that promptly. You know what? I'm just going to leave everything here and say thank you for joining me. And as always, have a wonderful day.